Hello everyone. I wanted to put together a quick video overview of what Time Nutrition is, break it down a little bit for you, and then show you an example from one of the plans. Lauren and Karen are the only ones that have gotten back to me so far with their the calculation that I posted yesterday. So I'm going to be showing them theirs and they'll get a full walkthrough. If you want to do this, I need to know your calculation, right? You kind of raised your hand and said, I want to do this. You got to put forth the effort to do it. And I'll tell you, if you follow this, it will work. I've been working out for a very long time, using the container system. I started using the container system with 21 Day Fix after I had Wyatt, which will be 3 years next month, and immediately saw a shift in my body. I couldn't eat the way I used to. 2 kids, postpartum. I was eating healthy foods, and that's what I hear a lot. Oh, I eat pretty healthy, I'm good. But they're not comfortable. You may not be comfortable. You may be plateaued. You may actually be eating too much food. Yes, you can overeat healthy foods. I see it all the time. And you might be getting additional carbs in that you just don't need. So the container system is a system that you measure out your food groups and you're assigned specific foods, number of containers per day per the food group, and it's based on calories. So that's what that calculation does. If you don't have the containers for right now, that's okay. I do have a graphic that shows you what the equivalent is in terms of cups, and you are going to actually measure these things out. Like I said, you can overeat healthy food. It just think about when you go to the restaurant, you might get a salad and it's like this big. Don't eat all that, right? So I need you to be open to trying something new, because if you aren't seeing results or you feel stuck, then what you're doing isn't working anymore. And that happens. Like I said, I've been using Container System for 3 years. I just use it, but I started using Time Nutrition with 80 Day Obsession in January, and 2 weeks in, inches and weight were flying off me. But more importantly, which I actually think is a larger testament to how it works, because I am fit and I don't have weight to lose, but I had inches to lose. And in that first 30 days of 80 Day Obsession, I lost 6 inches, with 4 of those being on my thighs, where I hold weight all the time. So I think that's a huge testament that this Time Nutrition works. Yes, the workouts from 80 Day Obsession are a huge piece of this, but the nutrition is the biggest. And then I have other people that had more weight to lose, losing 10 to 12 pounds in 4 weeks. And inches are just flying off. So it works for any fitness level. Like, you could be fit right now, but you just want to get like that bloat and that layer of fat that you're just not happy with off. We'll do it. You have 20, 30 pounds to lose, it'll do it if you follow it the way it is written. Now, these first 5 days, we will start on Monday. The first week is the hardest. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. It's the hardest to wrap your head around. You are going to have to make adjustments to the times that you eat. So for those of you that have strict work schedules, you're going to have to play with these numbers and find what works best for you. If you miss a meal by a half an hour to an hour, not a big deal, but I can't have you skipping meals. I can't having you going 6 hours without eating. It's not good. So I need you to really try. It's going to be hard. You're also going to detox. Maybe you've been eating like crap. Let's be honest, you've just been eating like shit lately, and coming in and removing all those sugars is going to cause headaches. It's going to cause fatigue. So these are things I need you to be prepared for. Everyone in my group has gone through this, myself included. By week 2, totally different, renewed energy, just less bloat, feeling like I had more output in my workouts, feeling like my stomach wasn't as upset. And you might find that in this first week, right? If you don't eat a lot of vegetables or fiber, you're getting those in, so your stomach's going to have gas. And that's normal, because your body's, it's like, whoa, what is all this good, healthy stuff coming in? So don't quit. Because when you quit here, you're just going to keep quitting over and over and over again. And you're going to blame the meal plan, the workout program, or that when it might just be you and you're not giving yourself time to adjust. So just give me 5 days. It's 5 freaking days, right? Not asking you to change into 80. Do I think you could do it? Absolutely. But I'm just asking for 5 to start. So if you're already like, whoa, not my thing, then just let me know and I'll take you out. I'm kind of shifting the way I do some coaching, and you all know me well enough that I'm not going to drag people with me. If you want this, you will put in the work. I will be here to support you and be your biggest cheerleader, but I'm not going to check on you every single day and say, are you doing it? Are you doing it? Are you doing it? Why aren't you doing it? You got to do it. No, we're all adults. You have to take responsibility. There's not always going to be someone over you all the time, but I'm here to give you the tough love that you might need, to give you the compassion to understand. I'm a mom of 2 that works full time, has a side business, and has a ridiculous amount of stress going on, and I can make this work. So I know you can too. All right. So there's kind of my disclaimer. Now let's talk about what time nutrition is in general. So you've heard of probably intermittent fasting, where you're not eating for, it may say after 4 o'clock you can't eat until you wake up. That is way too long of a period for your body not to be fueled, because your body needs energy. And where does it get its energy from? Food. So that's where I need you to make the first shift, is food is fuel when you eat the right kind of foods in the right portion sizes at the right times. Okay, it is fuel, and you will notice a difference in this. So time nutrition versus intermittent fasting is, yes, there'll be the time where you have your dinner and then you go to bed and you wake up. That's usually like 12 hours. That's normal. Your body's used to that. We're not extending you like 16 hours or something like that. So what timed nutrition says, it says at certain intervals of the day. So in this one, I've included a workout block because I know you all exercise. And if you're like, you know what, I just want to start with the food now, let me know and I will adjust it for you. But considering that you all exercise, I know you do, there is a workout block. And I want you to think about it. How many times have you gone to do your workout and you haven't eaten? Did you have energy? No, probably not. Did you feel lightheaded? Probably. Now, here's what I'm going to hear from somebody. I can't eat before I work out because I get really nauseous. I understand. I'm not asking you to eat like a giant dinner. I'm asking you to do small things. And I promise you, maybe the first 2 days your stomach will get upset. Maybe you're not letting yourself digest long enough, but your workout will be affected. I will be the first to say, I used to fast before my home workouts, right? Because I'd be like, I'll wait till the last minute. I'll roll out of bed. I'll have my pre-workout and I'll go work out. I did that for 2 years. I would eat before body pump because I knew I was expending more energy because I was teaching. But for home workouts, I just go downstairs. I was lifting, I was doing cardio, I was doing all those things. I started time nutrition. I had to adjust my wake up schedule. I had to adjust my digestive. My energy levels in my workouts has increased exponentially. The only thing I did was add some food, and not even a lot. I'll tell you what I eat before my workouts every day. So give it a try. All right, so we'll say workout block. You're going to eat. You'll see on the screen it says an hour to 90 minutes before. It depends on how fast you digest food. I can digest within 30 minutes. I'm not eating anything crazy heavy. So you have to play with it. If you know you take longer to digest, you're going to have to build in that time. Some people in my group they were dead set, and I'm going to share some of their experiences with time nutrition. They were dead set on working out in the morning. It just didn't work with her schedule. So she had to shift and move it to the evening, and she's actually found that it's worked better for her. She didn't have the time. She has to be out of the house at 6 a.m., so she couldn't get up at 3:30 every day. So expect that. You might have to make changes. Changes are good. Sorry, you might hear the printer at my office. So you have your workout block. You eat, let's just say 30 to 60 minutes before your workout. You work out. Between an hour to 2 hours after your workout, actually, I think you guys, I have a little bit different plan because I use a post-workout recovery from the performance line. I'll show you but you're going to eat again. Then every 2 to 3 hours, so say that's your morning workout block. You can put your workout wherever you want it. Then you're going to be eating certain foods at certain times. So you're really going to have to sit down and map this out. I had to plan out all my meals, right? What time I was going to get up, what time I was going to work out, what time I would get to work and I could have my post-workout, what time I was going to have this, this, and this. So when I show you the plan, I'll show you what mine looks like. But this is what this is. And what the reason of time nutrition is your metabolism is constantly going because it's getting fed proper foods at the right intervals to keep it kicking and running and revving. It keeps you full, it keeps you energized, and you just feel good overall. And so how many of you just maybe only eat 3 meals a day? Morning, lunch, and dinner. By the time you get to dinner, are you starving? Right? And then you probably overeat. Or maybe you don't even eat breakfast and you're missing that whole morning of your food and you're fasting in a negative way. So then when you go to eat at lunch, your body holds on to everything. It can't, because it thinks it's starving. Literally your body thinks it's going into starvation mode very quickly. So when it goes into starvation mode, it holds all the calories because it's like, I don't know when my next meal may come. I'm going to hold it all. By eating in certain intervals, your body can say, okay, I'm going to store this away in the glycogen stores. I'm going to process this, burn it, and put it out. So it's a different way. So you're not holding on to anything unnecessarily. Okay? You're going to have questions. I get it. So let me show you some things. Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay. So here, sorry, I'm on a Mac at work and I don't know how to do this, but the camera is so much better than mine at home. So let's talk about the containers. Just a general overview. I will post these 2 documents in the file so you can print them out. But you'll hear me refer to colors. That's just the way I speak. It's just the way I'm used to it. So green is vegetables. That's 1 cup. So you don't have the containers. You have measuring cups. I know you do. Measure them out. Purple is 1 cup. Red, 3/4 of a cup is protein. Yellow are your carbs and starches. Blue are your healthy fats. It's 1/3 of a cup. Orange are 2 tablespoons is dressing and seeds. Just to note some things in the blue container, healthy fats include nuts and almonds and things. You can't fill the blue container. I'll show you a list. You have to count out those things because 10 almonds equals 1/3 of a cup of healthy fat. So you will have to make an adjustment there. But for me, I use my blue as hummus and I fill that sucker to the top. So when you're filling these or your cups, you can fill it to the top. If you can put a lid on it and it fits, that's your serving size. So I love fruit, I cheat and I cut it up really small and put it in there. It's just some hacks for you. All right, so those are your containers. Before I do that, let me show you this actually. Now you're probably thinking, well, I think I know what carbs are. I think I know what protein, or maybe I have no freaking idea. You don't have to worry. It's all right here. What I love about this chart is it's got every container broken down, right? And you can see that, for example, let's go here first. Your blues, 12 almonds, 8 cashews, 14 peanuts. You're not going to fill the whole thing, right? It talks about milks, coconut milk, and all those things. And then your seeds, you can fill that up. And we do get the teaspoons over here. And yes, you're going to measure out your teaspoons. But some things to keep in mind. So use this list. Like just eat from this list over the 5 days. I'm going to give you some recipe ideas. I will share those tonight when I get home. But just here's my recommendation. Keep it simple. Maybe make 3 or 4 things that you know you can eat a multiple amount of times that fit within the containers and just use them. That's what I find people struggle with the most is they try to make these fancy meals when they're first starting to learn how to meal prep and meal plan. And of course it's going to throw you off because it's so many ingredients in there. Just take it back to basics. Maybe it's just chicken and some fresh salsa in a crock pot. Maybe it's just brown rice and a chicken breast. And yes, I know it sounds boring, but get the basics first and then you can expand. I can tell you in my 80-day group, we are on day 40. After phase 1 of 28 days or something, then as we entered phase 2, we started adding in different recipes. And some people, like me, I'm still eating my basic food because I know it works and I don't get bored of food. But if you do, then we can start adding in other recipes that kind of mix and match things. But don't overdo it at first, because you'll fail. And I'm telling you, I've been doing this long enough. I promise you it will happen. One thing to keep in mind, the higher up on the list, the better choice it is. So that really pertains to carbs. So you see sweet potato is listed first versus a tortilla at the bottom, right? And there's a discrepancy between carbs. You have your complex carbs and your simple carbs. You want the sweet potato because your body can break that down and use it. It can use that sugar to fuel your muscles. When you get into breads and tortillas, it has a harder time breaking down from all the processed ingredients and the gluten and all that. So it stores it more as fat. So try to eat higher. I'll tell you, I have whole grain bread. I love bread, so I have that. But on my other containers, I use it as one container. I eat from the top of the list more. So study this list. Go through this list. I will post it in the group. Then the second page just shows some supplements. Shakeology, which I swear by. I do have some samples if you want to try a flavor. I have the vegan line right now, and then the Beachbody Performance line, which is the only way I get through my workouts. So back to this. So for Karen and Lauren, you're getting a personalized walkthrough, and I will do this for everyone else, but you've got to get me to your numbers. Okay, so this one shows you, it doesn't have the times. I'll give you an example of my times, which you'll have to write down because I didn't list them out here. So this is saying, you will see these groupings of containers right here. I want you to eat them as they are written. So for your pre-workout meal, you'll have a vegetable, a protein, a carb, and a teaspoon, right? After your workout, you'll have a veggie, a fruit, a protein, a carb, and a teaspoon, and so on and so forth. The reason we want to keep these together is because they're put that way to give back your body. It fuels your body for your workout, and then it comes back in with those carbs and proteins and fruit, which is sugar, good sugar, and kind of energizes the muscles and keeps them active so they can recover faster. And then throughout the day, you're spacing yourself out so you're filled up. So keep that in mind. Keep the containers together as they are written for your plan. Okay, so that's your workout block. These will stay together no matter when your workout is. 5 a.m. workout, you eat this. 6 p.m. workout, you eat this in this order. I don't care if that workout is 8 o'clock at night. You have to eat the post-workout meal. I know we always hear, don't eat carbs after 6 or 7. Yeah, because most people aren't working out. Like, what that says is for the general population that is not working out, right? Because they have no way of expending that energy from those carbs after that. So for those of you that work out at night, you need that carb to come back in and recover your body. Remember, food is fuel here. Okay, now here's where you're going to get confused. So no matter what time it is, so every 2 to 3 hours, you are going to eat these. You do not have to do them in order of 1, 2, 3. You can shift them around. Like you could have meal option number 3 is first, and meal option number 1 second, and meal option 2 third. Like it's just a matter of where you want to put those meals and what works for you. So here's my recommendation is Lauren and Karen, you could take this one, print it out, and mark off your times. So let me tell you here. So I have a little bit different one because I use the performance line, but let me give you an example. I'm on plan A in this scenario. This one looks a little different for some reason. Hold that thought for a second. I might update and give you another update because I might have pulled this one from A Little Obsessed. Sorry, I'm working through it. And this isn't going to work right now. Okay. Here it is. Well, there's a work thing. Mm. All right, here we go. So if you've never seen Beachbody On Demand, that's what it looks like, and it's amazing. Yes, it's different. Okay, I was right. I was right. My meal plan looks different because I eat in different ways, but I will give you an example. So just so you know, this is what my meal plan looks like. 3 feed day. Yeah, that's mine. Okay. All right. I'm a little confused. Maybe I'm on plan B. I am on plan B. I'm losing my freaking mind. My plan changed because the workouts got harder. Okay. I digress. Okay, so let me give you an example of my meal plan. So I'm just going to tell you I hate vegetables, so my veggie intake is terrible here. But examples of a pre-workout, here's what I do. Mind you, I don't follow vegetables, so I'm in trouble there. I wake up at 5 or 5:15 in the morning. I make overnight oats. I do cheat and I use Quaker oats. It's just easy for me. I don't have time. I have so much to do at night that I made it easy for myself. But you can eat overnight oats are really easy. It's yogurt, oats, whatever fruit you want, and some milk. Set them, you're good to go. And I have a Greek yogurt. So I eat those two things and I'll have a scoop of peanut butter, a teaspoon of peanut butter. Eat those things and I sit for 20 minutes while I stretch. I use pre-workout Energize, so I'll drink that. I do my workout. So if I'm following this, I eat a little differently. My post-workout, I have my Beachbody Recover and a banana. And then my post-workout meal, because I have the fruit up with my pre-workout, is whole grain toast, peanut butter, and a protein. So either turkey sausage or hard-boiled egg or something like that. I eat that at work. So at 4:30, 5:15, 5:30, I eat. Then I have my post-workout, which is with 1 hour. I do a supplement, so I don't have to eat right away. So by the time I get to work by 9:30, I'm eating my post-workout meal. Then from then on out, so then at noon or 1 o'clock, I have Shakeology. That's a red and purple in a teaspoon. You could have a piece of fruit, some chicken, and a teaspoon of peanut butter. You look at your list. Then after that, so about 3 o'clock, I will have cucumbers or peppers and hummus in there. And then 2 to 3 hours after that is my dinner. So you can play with these. You may have to move them around, right? So like I said, my containers look a little differently because I use the supplement line. But this is what it would look like for you, Plan A. So Lauren and Karen, this is you. And you'll have to play with it. Right? It's a little scary seeing like that's all your food, but I promise you it looks like you're not going to be eating at all, or it looks like you'll be done eating at 2 p.m., but you won't. You've physically got to map it out. I've sat with pieces of paper and I wrote down, here's what time I'm going to wake up. And then I blocked the time out after that and I wrote in the foods I was going to eat. Is it going to be perfect? No. I'm going to tell you, I had to completely change my way of thinking. I used to have my Shakeology in the morning because it was easy and I would drink it on the way to work. Didn't fit in my containers because I needed my post-workout. So now you can see it over here. We have a blender at work. I just brought it over to my conference room and I make my shake here. I bring in my almond milk and I bring my stuff in and I make it here. Just an adjustment, and I actually love it because it's like I'm getting a chocolate milkshake in the middle of the day and it keeps me full for 2 hours. It really does. So that's kind of like an overview. You're gonna have to sit and think it through, like print it out tonight or look at it tonight. And then let's talk this weekend. Like if you want to get on the phone or if you want to do a video conference, I can through this or FaceTime, and let's go through this. Don't write it off yet because you haven't even tried it. Okay, if you're not working out, when you send me your nutrition, what your nutrition, that number on the calculation, tell me that, because there is a different way that you would eat. So for example, like for rest day for me, so I'm not working out, the containers all move around. See, that's the same meal plan I just showed you, but the containers now move around and they're switched around and you can eat in any order that you want. So if you're not working out, then this is an option for you. So that doesn't mean you can't do it. Okay, I hope it helped in some way. It's complicated. We will break it down. But here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. I want to encourage you to make a plan. So sit down, look at those numbers, find if you're, some of you are probably going to be in different plans. It just depends on that calculation. And if you're on the, just tell me your number. I'll figure out the plan for you. Because if you're on the edge of one, I may bump you up or down depending on your output at the gym or your home workouts or whatever you're doing. So sit down, look at it. You're going to have to spend some time with it. Once you spend some time with it and figure out some foods that you want to eat from the food list, then message me or text me or whatever. And if you want to get on the phone, FaceTime, or a Zoom call, I'm happy to do that this weekend. Do not wait till Sunday night to sit down and figure this thing out. You can't. You won't be successful. It's all about preparation. It's all about taking the time to sit down and figure it out. I do this every week. Every weekend I sit and I'm like, okay, what am I going to eat? I go grocery shopping on Saturday and I do my meal planning on Sunday and my prepping. So then for the week, I'm fine. Like, I don't have to think, oh God, what's for dinner tonight? I already know. I may have made it ahead, or if not, it's planned out. So I know as soon as I get home, I don't get home till 6 o'clock, that here's what we're going to be eating and it's going to be out. And here's a question I always get. My husband, my wife, my kids don't eat healthy. Well, for 5 days, they can eat what you're eating, or they can make their own food. My husband does not eat healthy. He needs to lose 20 pounds, but it's not ready yet. I don't push him because it's not worth the fight. I make my food. If he eats it, cool. If not, he makes himself something else. Or if I'm making something and I'm going to have brown rice and quinoa, I'll make him a different carb that the kids will eat, like macaroni and cheese. But I always offer these things to both of them because my kids are actually love edamame. They love things that I never thought they would because I'm just making it and putting it on their plate. It's the only way kids know how to figure out how to eat healthy is what we show them. Okay, I know it was a little tough and I'm a little hard on you, but I know each one of you and I know you are capable of doing this. I had people say there's no way I can do this. I mean, I'm on day 50. It'll be day 50 of 80-day obsession tomorrow. And not one single person that started, over 40 of them, has quit. Have we struggled? Have I missed meal timings? Yeah. Have I slipped up and had a treat when I shouldn't have? Yeah, but I didn't go overboard. I didn't freak out and give up. I just came back the next day and hit the reset button. That's the great thing. You were in control of that reset button. You just have to hit it and not let it happen too much. Okay? Take your time, review, ask me questions. I'm going to post the files here shortly into the group so you have them. If you have not figured out your calculation, got to do it. You have to do it because that's the only way I can help you. I won't drag you. I will show you the way and give you support to get there, but I'm not going to force you to do anything. All right. Have a good weekend. I hope to talk to you. Seriously, I want to talk to you if you need help. All right. See ya. Bye.